What's up, YouTube? Hi. I am. I'm here. I'm doing part 2 of the Sumeru Archon Quest. I had to get off and do a couple things, and I'm back now. So, yeah, let's go. Annoying, but it's what it is. Really good. Go. Alrighty. So, I've been exploring to kind of make sure, got everything. And I think I might actually be able to level up my. I need one more. Twice. I literally need one more. And I see a thing. So I'm going for it. A lot of fungus. They're not hurting though. You want to attack me for some reason. This is probably going to be another exploding barrel. So, without your gun.
What are my orders?
Boom.
Shout gun you for Eula.
Ready for reconnaissance. A reward on the road.
You see this one, so I'm just gonna smack the Aramites and get another Dendron.
Illusion shut! Allow me! Ha! Fell! Covenant of the deep!
Get framed, boy.
We should make the most of these supplies.
Not up. I am gonna put a place on the map. Bing bong. Lee. And you freaking arsonist. Okay. Here's one. No clue. You're not attacking the scorpions today.
Maybe there's even more buried below!
Only thing I can think of is this kind of opens up into. Let's see. Not from that.
Ready for anything. Beg for mercy. Propagate.
Should be up here. Not up. Where is it? Is this a pathway? Ah. I know how to do it.
There is no escape. Happy to apply.
Oh god, that's my Pokemon.
Shudder. Spring forth. I swear by my sword. Scatter. Illusion shattered.
I'll be back.
Ah, fuck. Okay. God damn it. Fuck. I hate myself. It's two of them. And the Shrine of Depth key. Okay. Well, let me check my pity. Pity right now. Alright, let's start this up.
missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots. They shouldn't go around eating that kind of stuff.
Okay. Did you notice anything else?
Anything else? No, I think that's all I have to tell you. Sorry.
Here's some help.
The scholars that have gone missing. Have you seen them?
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long-lost twin, right? He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing something with his hands on the ground. It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that? Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Bari.
Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently? You know, the one who likes to sit and space out near the village entrance.
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa, huh? It's been a while. The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people, she's really quite terrified of them. And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough mora. It might explain why she's always mad at me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking care of him.
It was nothing. You're looking for him, right? Did he go for a walk and get lost?
Yeah.
That's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my place again and I'll cook a little something for the both of you. I've known you since you were very young, so as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel free to come by anytime.
Wow, what a nice guy. Okay, thank you, sir.
Huh? Don't say anything for now. Isak, stay here. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
Gotcha.
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty Scarlet King, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Yes, of course I have. The Scarlet King is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of the Scarlet King civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and the Scarlet King. Isn't it a sign of the Scarlet King's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense. Does this mean our lives are finally going to take a turn for the better?
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Yeah, bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes. One wrong move, and he's gonna flay us alive.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay? I am no match for this guy.
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that the Scarlet King will return to this land. I'm not making this up, I swear!
Hey, go on. Keep talking.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all praying for the Scarlet King's speedy return. Delavar also said that once the Scarlet King returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under the Scarlet King and fight for a share of the glory.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
Got it. At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumors said. Please, don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
The people here really like the Scarlet King, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village. What about you, man? Have you seen him at all?
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you. He's really not here right now.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not. All we know are their names.
I have many ways to stop you from talking, and many others to stop you from sending warning messages. So you'd best just stay home and hope I don't hear of you trying to contact anybody. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect you.
Yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying.
Good thing I'm not one of your enemies.
He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon bets lots of people have told him that before.
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places. Very well.
Isak!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Just follow me. Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa. Well, this is where Grandpa usually stays.
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before. But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the day. And then he gave us a long lecture to explain all about how it worked.
So, you know Tainari?
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely Tainari didn't lecture you too?
No, no need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house? In the forest. From a scholar.
What are you looking for, Sino?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't see anything.
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here. From the size and shape, they belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. Local shoes. This was probably someone from the village. The scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprints head in the direction of the door.
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have any friends.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent? Hey! What's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
No, Grandpa.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars? Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Please help him.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
Hey, Aiga.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice, too.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to tell you.
I think you meant to say
welcome back.
Fusa.
Aiga.
What?
Sounds like everyone's
How
friends
far along
already.
into the Archon Quest are you?
Like what act?
I guess.
I completed Act 4, and there's not Act 5 yet.
Okay. So you've already... But you also skipped through all of it, so...
Not really. I focused on some of it.
Nah, you skipped through a lot of it, though.
I
Oh,
focused on some
Dia's
of
here
it, though.
too!
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
How was your day?
Reasonably.
Okay.
Hmm?
Did you spend time
Alhaitham
with your
didn't go
dad?
with you?
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen
How
him
was
at
he
all.
doing?
Huh. I saw him
Doing
around the
alright.
village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you.
What
I
did
guess
y'all
he must
do?
have gone off on his own.
Got food.
Did you find out anything useful?
That's it?
Pretty much.
You didn't talk at all or
I
anything?
see.
We
So
did.
someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled
Alright.
scholars away from the village.
Have any plans or not really?
The resurrection of the Scarlet King? First I've heard of it.
What, him or me? Or
You.
both of us? Me?
With your message, do you have any, like, way
I'm
to
not
solve
going to talk about it right now.
Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular
Okay.
beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars
Very
still
well then.
studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention, making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires that kind of effort. It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia and search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip.
You're glad I
Didn't you
won
say
you're
that the
not
villager
locked
got
down
his
for
news
now.
from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly,
No.
the
I'm
leader of the
finished counting.
radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari,
going to
the
work tomorrow?
duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts.
Vault,
Hmm?
you going to work tomorrow?
These guys have one thing in common,
Nice.
and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in the Scarlet King. Way they see it, the Scarlet King's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the Academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia, you're amazing! You really know this place inside and out.
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every mora I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino.
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb.
I'd bet word about you has already gotten out.
Are you on Genshin
The
right
desert
now?
is unforgiving, so the way of life here is
Oh.
also a lot
I
tougher
would like
than on the
to
outside of the
purchase
wall.
something from your
You
teapot,
survive on
so
making
hold up.
connections out here. Compared
Not
to you,
today.
mercs like me
Saturday.
are just third-rate amateurs. I've got
Why?
no actual
That's
fighting
when it
skills
comes
to
out.
speak
That's
of.
when you're able to.
But that also makes it a whole lot
Oh.
easier for me to gain the
Saturday
locals'
and
trust.
Sunday are the only days you're able to do it.
Oh, I did not
I
know
need to
that.
go around and ask some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good.
Good night.
Then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the Mad Scholars have been taken. Sino, you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
Alright, sounds like a plan. Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost unreal.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving. Geniuses like Sataria are one in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate, even though the academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Dia. You're not thinking about doing anything scary, are you?
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those.
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know. Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean, you don't see anyone you know?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land?
Hello, nice to
Hello, hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it? Drinking buddy?
We've had drinks together a few times. You could say we go back a ways. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia, are you looking for someone?
Yeah. Have you seen Enger, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days, so you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
Hell yeah, brother. I'm lost. Got lost in the sauce.
He said.
Are we there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on, a wild stab in the dark. You're like lambs to the slaughter.
Oh no, an ambush.
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the Academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Uh-oh. Paimon knew leaving Sino behind was a mistake!
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't ya? Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal nonsense?
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. Those of us who hang around the tavern have stronger bonds than you think. But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk overthrowing the Academia.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of it.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samuel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Engar, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of the Scarlet King despise the most.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand that the Scarlet King is greater than the Sumeru Archon. Little did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors. Anything else I'm missing out on?
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds. Mora. Pathetic. You're all like a pack of street rats.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking! Get him!
Easy.
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
orders.
A new punching bag.
Oh no.
Propagate!
Thought I had
Shine
coconut.
down. Beg for mercy.
I don't have coconut. Come here, all of you. Oh, you son of a bitch. You messed it up.
Shudder!
No worries. Just gonna...
Impossible! How could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop. I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course, you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
Ugh. You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic. Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher, scar-riddled bandit, Paimon can't remember them all.
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Edgar, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, are the nicknames they came up with for themselves. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Edgar and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how the Scarlet King is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down. That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to some food.
Wait, so he's a radical too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Wow, what a genius idea! Well, that's an expert mercenary for ya.
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were saying before, is it really true?
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people, unless they were truly compassionate. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in the Scarlet King, making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy. It's all the Academia's trickery. But I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything wrong.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village. This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler. As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
You heard the question. Now answer me. You heard the question.
Hey, Dia!
Right on time. We'll know any moment now.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great, too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early, too.
Yes, I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
This will be fun.
Candace, whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am. Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
Oh, she's just as
You
terrifying.
fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please have mercy!
You've made your bed. We may both be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of the Scarlet King will only result in war. And war serves no one. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry! I'll tell you everything I know, please. Just let us go.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about the Scarlet King's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in the Scarlet King's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
They're called village keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process. I'm not sure.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself the Scarlet King's envoy.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu? What do you mean?
Smooth.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of
I guess so.
could be from the academia. Some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the academia again.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars. Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isak is still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
All is accounted for. Let's move out.
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Woo!
I hate to be the bad news of bad news, but collecting these teleport waypoints for the desert is going to be a pain in the fucking ass.
I've already got all of them. Other than the domains. But, fuck the domains.
What?
Yep.
But there's so many.
Okay. And? You got wings for a reason, buddy.
Have you really been grinding that much?
I've already got all of them, dude.
You're telling me all these waypoints you have collected?
Yep.
Look at the picture that I sent you. There's extra that are not even on the map. There's no way you have those too.
Oh, no, not yet.
I was about to say, dude.
No, but I've got all the ones that are shown.
Oh, I was about to...
Fuck.
That makes sense, but if you got those waypoints, I was gonna fucking do a freaking back roll and then a flip and kill myself.
Alright, hush.
Well, as you can
What?
see, I am merely sitting
Doing
here
the story
and reviewing
quest,
what
bro.
we have
Shut the
deduced
fuck up.
thus far.
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself?
Once upon a
Where
time,
have you
there
been
was a
anyway?
man named Sam. He wanted to complete the story quest, so he did. The end.
Who's Sam? Is that a name you pulled out your ass?
I actually did pull it out of my ass. Thank you very much.
Fair enough.
Hey, what's
Damn,
with the
I would have gone
silence?
for something with, like, I don't know, fucking Xavier or Ben.
Yeah, Sam is kind of like almost lamer than Chad.
I know. It's on that fucking, it's on that low scale, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking Chad. Oh, dude. You should have said fucking Dick. That's a name that's pretty low, too.
You never think things through before asking questions.
Nothing wrong with penis.
I'm giving you some time
No,
to make
dude.
up for that.
Richard? Dick is another name for Richard.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's
Oh.
gonna give you an ugly
Wait,
nickname!
Richards are dicks?
Yup.
My granddaddy is like one of the most innocent people in the world. His name is Richard.
So, it's just another name, kind of like how Will can be Bill.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just I don't know how they got Dick from Richard, but you know, it is what it is.
So let me guess. In your opinion, Iga probably means submissive and breedable.
No,
You probably wish that it does, though.
no.
Never mind!
And here I
Paimon's
thought
got
you were
nothing.
fucking into me.
There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy!
Glad you're not.
Makes it so hard!
Well,
I know it could be
you've heard
homies,
nothing
but
to suggest I left this
homosexual
whole
might be a
time.
little bit too much.
So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate.
That's pretty much friends
Anyway,
with benefits.
you plan
not
to
the
leave
good
Aru village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, So we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere. Enough with the silent treatment!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
Alhaitham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village. Bold of you to question our choices.
Fuck, is this guy throwing freaking piss rings at me? What the fuck?
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
Dude, I low-key kind of wish I was in Florida right now.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone.
Have you fought any of the new bosses?
Before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
What does that
How do
mean?
how do they fight exactly?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about
they're
what we're
easy
doing?
for me.
Of course, because you're using your main team. Dendrolumine and frickin' what do you call it? Kokomi for healing and frickin' Bloom. Then you whip out A for a bunch of energy recharge, and then Eula just smacks the shit out of him at 500k. Or at least
In other words,
halfway there.
do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean some
Let
of
me
them
see.
lied
Ooh,
to
my
us?
second hit does 300k, a little bit less than the first.
Hiding
a
the
little bit
truth
less
does
than the
not
last one,
necessarily
but it's
equate to
completely
lying.
fine.
Again, these people have their reasons.
Vol gonna be
Remember
when
what
the game
Gandis
ends.
said.
My
Most
Eula
people
only
in
does
Aru Village
700,000
don't necessarily
damage. It's
care
just
which
ass,
deity is
dude.
in charge of
Let's just give
Sumeru.
up.
That's because whether the Scarlet King or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their
Dude, I
daily
thought we were
lives
gonna
are
get a
ever-present
Eula rerun
concerns.
in, what do you call it,
They won't simply
3.1.
share
Everybody
everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believe
They
there was no
managed to
further
surprise
information
us.
to be
It's
found in this
Albedo.
village.
Which is completely fine, because I would like an Albedo.
Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived. The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real
The
fighter.
tumbleweeds are people too, apparently. They
Don't
run
change
away.
the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's
I
authority
want you to
and
spare
strength.
mercy on them, even though they
Right.
low-key want you to
You were
run them
asking about
over
the
like,
I mean,
like
the
their
mad
fucking
scholars.
abusive girlfriend would. Or some
She
shit.
corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the
Alright,
village
hold on.
keepers, she could easily make herself
Oh
the
shit,
radicals'
now
next
this
target.
is actually cool interest. Wait, is it
I
like
think it's
down,
been a few days
below,
since I
and then,
last
like,
saw
right
them.
through here is the
I
fucking
usually go
little
to bed
ship?
pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night.
Remember?
It's a giant
She made a
it's one
point of
those
denying
fucking-
her involvement in
do you
anything that
call it?
occurs at night.
It's one, another
Honestly,
one, it's a giant
I
version
feel
of the
quite
fucking
sympathetic
Triforce
towards them.
symbol, isn't it? Hold on, let me
Even though
fight
they
this
act a little
motherfucker.
strange,
Yep.
they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
It's the freaking Triforce
After
symbol
speaking to the
boss.
village chief, it became
Motherfucker.
clear that the village keepers had
And here I
protected
thought we
Aru
were gonna
Village
get
at
a
night.
cool fucking boss
In
to
other
beat
words,
shit out
the
of.
young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
By getting involved with an
The thing I
outsider,
hate about
she
this
risked
boss is
drawing
that it just
unwanted
goes fucking
attention to
into
herself.
itself.
As for why she might be
Electro,
so
buddy.
wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
We're on it.
Dude, I love Lumine's design so much.
to
Miss
feel like
Shawnee,
you're mean right
as we
now.
discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
What do you mean, you
Mr.
fucking
Alhaitham,
Electro? I don't have
I'm
Electro
aware
on
of
my
where
team.
you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Huh?
Alright.
What do you mean?
This is,
We
okay, so
need to
Electro is
clarify our
definitely the
stance
one
or
weakness.
something?
I'm guessing anything
Go
mechanical
ahead
is
and
just
talk to her.
automatically gonna be
You'll
fucking
get the
Electro.
answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
It's like setting up a bunch of turrets like it's
May
playing
I
frickin'
call you
balloon
Traveler?
tournaments.
Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better?
I should have just brought in frickin'
Why's that?
Kokomi and frickin'
That's very similar to
Vigil,
what Miss
and
Candace
just, like,
says.
supercharge the
I
shit
know
out of
you
this
two are
thing.
friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though
Of
I do
course,
have some
I'm retarded to
reservations.
even know what
Before,
happened in
I
the
wouldn't
past
even
like
have the
this.
courage to ask something like this. Traveler,
I should have
do
done
you
my fucking
believe
research
our
first.
lives will get better?
Shit.
Yeah, we came here from another nation,
I don't
so
have Electro
it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one
All I
nation.
have is Pyro and Geo, so shut the
But
hell up.
even so, we've met lots of
These are
people
my
from
frickin'
different places, and we've
frickin'
always
Neo
fought for
team.
what we believed in. We have friends in Sumeru, and we
guess
want
I'll
to
call
help
him Mia
them.
Farrow
That's
now,
why we
'cause you're
decided to
screaming.
stay here for a while.
Pissing me the hell off.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Stop
Alhaitham
asking
told
me
us
about
you have
frickin'
your
Electro
reasons.
hits, damn it.
It's okay. We understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk.
It's not even
I don't
this
really
gym
fit
guard
in
isn't even
anywhere in
hard. I'm not taking
Sumeru.
any damage. The thing is,
Some believe in the Dendro
just
Archon,
annoying.
while others believe in the Scarlet
That's
King.
really just the thing about it.
I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from
Like
them is
having
a
an
traitor?
unquotable job, keep a level,
Yeah.
all of the
Some people can be
fucking level
so
20.
narrow-minded when it comes to
That's basically
bloodline and
what this
beliefs.
is. It's like finding a
It
cryo
makes no
registry
difference
level
what I
20
say or
characters.
how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or
Or even
see
worse,
anything.
finding a freaking cryo
All I want is to
registry
live my
with
life in
hot
peace.
cryo characters.
And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone.
Oh,
until
his
now.
BKs went invisible again. Of course. Oh shit, actually? I kinda like this
You can
part.
tell
He has
them.
2 fucking Beyblades.
I'm sure she'll keep your secret.
All right.
Dude, they got fucking
I'll tell you
Beyblades
what
in
I
this
told
game.
Alhaitham.
That's sick as hell, dude. I don't
I actually have a
freaking
sharper sense of
Electro, damn it.
hearing than most.
Fourth
Sometimes,
chime will not be the
I
damn
hear
charm,
strange
my
crying sounds in the night.
However,
There are ghosts?
fourth time will be the charm to
Perhaps.
defeating this bitch.
I'm not sure.
That
It's
it?
faint,
That's it.
but it's definitely the sound of crying.
Alright then.
It comes from far away
Let
in
me
the
go fight
distance,
the frickin',
and always carries very raw emotion.
Yeah, it's a Anna. It's a Blight Draco. Drake. So it's just basically a giant version. Okay, not gonna lie, I didn't really like Sumeru when it first came out, but I'm starting to like it now. The desert really carried it back up, I think. I'm happy. Sumeru is making a comeback, and I'm so okay. We forgot a thing up here. Shit. Zhongli, I swear to gosh, if you run out of fucking we'll get that bitch later because Zhongli is old. And now I gotta go revive him. Great.
Wait, doesn't your Zhongli have like 38k?
Like 26.
Bruh. Upgrade them arties. That's the only way you're gonna be able to do like level 8. world.
What? It's because of friggin' Zhongli?
Well, you need high artifacts. You need fully leveled artifacts, buddy. The
Yeah,
only...
I don't have artifacts. I have artifacts on them, but not leveled up yet.
Yeah, you need to level them up. Because Zhongli's shield strength is based on his health.
Yeah, and getting HP artifacts didn't really buff up his health, I know.
And if you're gonna use Zhongli a lot, like a lot of newer players do, then fucking max out all of his artifacts.
Yeah.
For his shield.
Yeah, I gotta focus on people that I'll be using in most parties, such as Bennett, maybe, Jingshou, Zhongli, people like that, really. Well, am I at the right place or not? Well, I don't know where else could be this bitch. So...
It used to be louder and more frequent,
right here?
but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often. And when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
Talk to fucking drugs right now, dude. In fact, those mushroom motherfuckers are more creepier than my ex-wife's freaking high school photos.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
Hold on, let me finish up this story thing real quick, and I'll open up my map and show you and tell you.
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
No.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
Oh,
let's go!
I think I know what I need to do.
So, in order to get to the... Okay, so you see the teleport waypoint at the top of the Devantaka mountain?
Yes.
Okay, you need to teleport to there. And then you need to go up. Okay? You can pretty much walk, but you need to so you have two paths. You can either kind of fly down, or I think the teleport waypoint make like in order to like go up, you have to take a right after you spawn there. Yeah, you want to go that way into that cave, and then it'll take you around, and then you'll see it.
Oh, there's a cave on the right of it?
Okay, here. Let me teleport to it.
Well, I need to do a screen share real fast. Hold up, let me shield myself for this freaking jerk that's trying to kill me. Let me just sit here in silence as Bennett slowly falls down with his wings. Wait, screen share real quick.
Hold on.
Oh shit, what the fuck? Okay then, I did not know staying in place would waste stamina flying. I did not know that was a thing. I thought you literally lost those stamina. But I stand corrected.
No. Alright, Iga, can you see it? So, teleport waypoint puts you like right here. It's actually behind you.
Okay.
Okay, and then you take a right.
Yes.
You see?
And then under the cave should be the Drake?
Yeah.
A little bit further. Alright, thank you.
Yeah. Here. Just to confirm I'm not fucking retarded.
Oh, you're definitely not. You're not autistic, so technically
retarded. Oh no, we'll do it real quick. I'm gonna mute real quick. I'll just talk when I need to. I'm gonna go take a shit.
Okay. Yep. Yep, Aiga. Yep, it'll spawn right there.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep,
Alright,
brr.
you're doing the Elazar Hospital quest. I know exactly what you're doing. But I'm not gonna spoil it for you.
Anyway, to the Elazar Hospital. This place?
Is this the place? It's in terrible shape. Monsters! Watch out!
Illusion shattered!
Scatter!
Shine down! Illusion
Allow me!
Ow.
There is no escape. Beg for mercy. Shudder. Beg for mercy.
Rust and Reba.
Shudder.
No need to waste the ult.
They were easier to deal with than Paimon had expected.
You even expecting?
Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky? Or, you know, something like that. He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one.
I'm on your
Let's go in and take a look.
Hey, we haven't found Squat. Are you sure we aren't wasting our time here?
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then, I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read? What are you reading? Let Paimon see!
Okay, sure.
The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion in contrast with an object in forced motion? Huh? When free from external influences, every entity displays the tendency to follow its natural trajectory?
So, you got that?
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya! How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
You know, it wouldn't kill you to read a book either.
Hey! Paimon's your Tibet travel guide. Paimon knows plenty of useful stuff already. And anyway, it's not Paimon's fault that the books people read in Sumeru are so complicated.
Okay, Paimon's the best.
Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Something is off about the interior here. As I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital into this one. Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around here. Let's keep exploring.
Who joined?
Let the wind lead.
What?
Are you home yet?
No, I'm gonna be getting home till... I won't be getting home till 1.
That's fucking gay.
We're on the road right now. Well, not at the moment. We stopped at a gas station.
Take heart. Victory will be...
So, did y'all all kind of like carpool or?
No, it's just me and my boss.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought there was more people.
No, it was just me and her working 6 days straight on this one house.
Yeah, are you getting paid extra?
I don't know.
I don't know shit.
Illusion shattered!
I mean, I hope so. I don't know. It's okay if not.
Oh, hi there, buddies.
Allow me! Scatter!
Bye-bye, buddies. Loving this.
Shine down! Beg for mercy!
For I gets knocked out, because characters are gonna do like...
Crush! There is no...
Oh yeah, that's That's right, I go 9 years, so you can't even hear me.
Rest and rebuild.
You mean
No.
Beg for mercy.
Alright, I gotta go. I'm gonna try and sleep.
Yeah, you do that.
More speed.
Wait, what's it? Oh my god, it's almost 11. I gotta.
Propagate.
See ya.
Bye bye. I mean, Minati.
Hold the line. Crush.
He got so many names.
Ha! Allow me.
Oh wow.
Shine.
Best
Propagate.
y'all give me? Dude, I feel creeped out by this.
Look, there's someone over there. Good idea. Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But he looks too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's
My dude
Razak,
knows how to
a
fucking
senior
cut
of mine at the Academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holes up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life. Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner. The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Knowledge cap.
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. The Academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the Academia spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto the Scarlet King's followers. Life for the Desert Dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that. The notion of an academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory, too. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars to Aru village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons. An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night when no one is watching them.
So, the human brain... Nope, nah, Paimon doesn't want to think about this.
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Paimon's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge? The Academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge, but what is their ultimate goal? I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the academia may as well shut its doors.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected, just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more restrictive than that. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The Divine Knowledge Capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that. He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
after this, I am going to end stream and go to bed. I have to work at 7:45 in the morning tomorrow.
We're back!
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
What's the situation?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar Hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much!
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru Village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the Academia.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue. Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is, Sino's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Al-Haytham, since you were always acting alone.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the Academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The Academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the Academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
You're saying that the Academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
The Academia has been watching you longer than you think.
Crazy.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the Academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from.
Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now! If the Academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be... Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After him!
Please, wait! I want to go too!
You want to go too? If so, you have to promise you'll stay safe.
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Let's go! Remember to pack some food with you! Paimon feels like we're missing someone, though.
Alright. I'm gonna pause it here. I'm actually going to teleport away. That way I don't do it. I don't start it. And I will be back here tomorrow at 30, maybe 7? We'll continue. I didn't realize how late. Yeah, four. Dude, I've got 2.3 million more, and I only had like 1.2 million the other day. Oh well. Alright, guys. As always, stay safe, stay happy, stay motivated. I will see you guys tomorrow where we finish up this quest. Later, guys.